know how Zeus had 7 wives, at least 20 divine consorts, and twice more affairs with the mortals? Let's see. There's Europa, Io, Ganymede, Leda, Danae, Semele, Alcmene, Callisto, Leto, Maia, Electra, Diegete, Celino, Sterope, Merope, Antiope, Aegina, Nemesis, Persephone, and that's just scratching the surface. And honestly, we can't even call most of these affairs, because let's be real, unsent wasn't exactly Zeus's strong suit. The guy literally turned into a swan, a bull, and golden ring to get what he wanted. Yikes! But here are the million drachma questions that have been bugging me. Are these extramarital relationships even justifiable? How can a supreme god act like this? Even his own wife Hera, the literal goddess of marriage, spends half her time plotting revenge against his lovers and their kids. So today, we're diving deep into the messy, complicated world of Zeus's love life to figure out if there's actually a method to this mythological madness. Alright, before we judge the king of the gods too harshly, let's talk about why these stories exist in the first place. And trust me, it's way more complex than Zeus was just a player. First up, the cultural reason. What we call Greek mythology today is actually a massive remix of different religions. The original proto-Greek tribes were matriarchal societies who worshipped agricultural deities and mother goddesses like Demeter. Then, plot twist, patriarchal warrior tribes invaded, bringing their own war gods like Zeus. When these two belief systems collided, they had to merge somehow. So Zeus marrying all these goddesses? That's essentially ancient religious diplomacy. Each affair represents the absorption of a local deity into the new pantheon. It's like a corporate merger, but with lightning bolts. Then there's the political reason, which is honestly peak ancient PR. Kings and nobles loved claiming divine ancestry because hey, who's gonna argue with someone whose dad is literally the king of the gods? Legitimizing their power. It's the ultimate, my dad works at Nintendo flex, except it actually worked. And finally, the metaphysical reason. Zeus was not a creator god, he was a conqueror god. To claim dominion over the entire universe, he needed to experience and overcome every facet of reality. Each relationship represents him absorbing new powers and domains. His first wife was Metis, goddess of wisdom and prudence, preparing him for his role as a king. And every subsequent encounter expanded his cosmic authority. It's less cheating and more hostile takeover of the universe. But here's where it gets really interesting. These affairs weren't just cosmic power plays. They produced some of the most legendary figures in mythology. From his mortal affairs came heroes like Heracles, who literally became the poster child for heroic achievement, and Perseus, who slayed Medusa and saved Andromeda. These weren't just random love children, they were civilization-shaping figures who embodied the connection between divine and mortal realms. And his divine children? Absolute powerhouses. Athena, goddess of wisdom and warfare, sprang from his head fully armed. Apollo and Artemis, the twin gods of the sun and hunt. Hermes, the messenger god who basically invented communication. Ares, god of war. Dionysus, who gave humanity wine and taught us how to party. Each of these relationships didn't just create new beings. They created new aspects of human experience. Love, war, wisdom, art, nature, communication. Zeus's affairs literally populated the world with the forces that shape human existence. So, are Zeus's affairs justifiable? Well, that depends on how we're looking at them. From a modern perspective, absolutely not. The lack of consent, the deception, the impact on his actual wife. By today's standards, Zeus would be facing some serious consequences, and rightfully so. But, symbolically, these stories aren't really about a god who can't keep it in his pants. They're about the complex process of cultural synthesis, political legitimacy, and cosmic order. Each affair represents humanity's attempt to understand how different aspects of existence relate to each other and to divine authority. The Greeks weren't writing relationship advice. They were encoding their understanding of how the world worked, how different tribes unified, how power was legitimized, how the natural and supernatural realms interacted. Does this excuse the problematic elements? No, but it does help us understand why these stories persisted and what they meant to the people who told them. So there you have it. Zeus's infidelities aren't just ancient gossip. They are a complex web of cultural merger, political legitimacy, and cosmic expansion wrapped up in some very questionable relationship choices. The real question isn't whether Zeus was justified, but what these stories tell us about the people who created them and the world they were trying to understand. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And bonus points if you can name a Zeus affair I didn't mention. Trust me, there are plenty more where those came from. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mythological deep dives. And I'll see you next time when we tackle another ancient mystery.